Well, I'm Danny. I'm a BBC social contributor and comedy filmmaker from Dundee. I make funny videos online for people to laugh at and for people to make fun of me. I've been doing that semi-professionally for maybe 2 years now. I started like making when I was at university making like funny short films and stuff like that. That's like what I enjoy doing that more than my actual degree. I just spent like all my spare time. And those films are rubbish. Like I wouldn't ever show them to anybody anymore. But that's like really what I enjoy doing. And when they would screen them at meetings and stuff like that. Like I just used to enjoy how good it felt when you heard other people laughing at the stuff that you came up with. And like my final short film that they showed in like a cinema that was full of people laughing and stuff like that. It was like the best experience ever. I've made loads of friends through posting them, and I've had made fans as well. There's people in real life that tell me how much I like the videos and stuff like that, which is good. It's kind of mad. And it's the first video. If you find my stuff online, it's the guide to Dundee. In hindsight, that video was absolutely awful, right? But it doesn't really matter. So I made it. It took me way longer than it needed because I was so nervous about is it actually good. You're doing everything 100% yourself, like all the filming and the editing and the writing, and you've got like a level of expectation of quality. So I was kind of dead nervous making that, and I was refilming loads of bits to make sure it was as perfect as I could get it, and it's still full of mistakes as well. I started like I'll put the camera down, I'll talk about things in my life, and I'll just talk candidly or openly. Just think of a topic or like how how important self belief is and stuff like that, or um me trying to go to the doctor to sort stuff out about mental health and I'm not really helping me out. But that kind of helped me doing videos like that where I could talk openly because in your real life nobody really, unless you're in a podcast situation like this or that, nobody really asks you big questions about your life. And I was always I'm so ready to answer the big questions about life at any given moment. I'd love to talk about them to anybody. So making those videos where I could think of these things and I could just talk about them openly, even though nobody really watches them or anything like that. It's good to just talk and be candid and just be more open and expressive. And sometimes I'll get really frustrated, my brain will go blank and stuff like that. But just putting it down and just talking for 20 minutes about personal things, it kind of helps me just have a steady stream of consciousness. Because if you if you have a conversation with me in real life, my brain's like switches off halfway through what I'm saying, halfway through the sentence, I forget what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. Whereas like if I know this is what the video is about, just talk about that. I still have moments where I'll be like, what was it? What was it talking about? And I've got to think, but it helps me like keep focused, and then helps me in other things as well. The first time I just wanted to see if I could make a YouTube video, and I was like, actually, I like doing it. It doesn't matter, nobody watches it or anything like that. I get a good laugh out of it, and it helps me learn how to edit. Even if you aren't the person that's comfortable on camera, or you think you're not comfortable on camera, but you want to make things, the it's a skill. You know what I mean? Projecting confidence is a skill that you learn through doing it. Because in real life, I'm not a confident person at all, and that's what doing those videos helped me do, is like project that confidence and have more self belief and ability, like to even in real life to talk to people and things like that. It's like a different person. I'm not scared to talk to people or do anything. So I would say that's how it's helped me, is just be a bit more willing to do stuff, and it has helped me be more confident as a skill. Like, see, when I was like doing job interviews and stuff before I'd done that, I was always like the most nervous person ever. But it's different now. Like, I don't have that fear or doubt or anything like that, and that's the same thing. And if you knew me 5 years ago, you wouldn't have thought that was ever. You wouldn't have ever got me even pointing taking a picture of myself. Never mind some of the stupid stuff I do. So that's where I'd say it helps me. If you're wanting to be creative, but you always feel like, oh, I'm too scared, or I'm scared what people think, or I'm embarrassed, or things like that, I would just say like don't worry, because you feel so much better for making something. And the more you make, the less embarrassed you'll feel, the more confident you'll be, the more self-belief you'll have in yourself and that your stuff is good. And if you enjoy making stuff, that's the only important thing. It is one where you get extreme like highs and then also extreme lows. Like, you make something, you edit something, you think, this is great, I love this. This is my favorite thing I've ever made. And then when you know it's going to get published, this has happened loads of times. The day where videos get published are probably like the worst days of my life, because I get so stressed out. Like, if the video doesn't do well, it doesn't matter if the video doesn't do well. But when you put the time into it and you think this is really good and you put it out, but nobody really responds to it, that really bothers me, because I'm like, it sets me off in so many ways where I'm like, well, what is it people don't like? What do I need to do to engage with these people? It makes you think, are you not funny? Are the video's not good? Is that why you're not engaging with these people? And you think far too much into it. That's the main one for me, is that feeling of doubt and annoyance you get every time you put out a video. It's kind of stem from nothing, you know what I mean? Like, I could be out for a walk in a park, or doing shopping or something like that, and I maybe remember something funny, or I see something funny, or I think of one funny thing, and then you try and not like laugh in public at your own jokes and stuff like that. But you do that, you think something funny, you like, all right, I gotta remember that. You get home, you write it down. By the time you've written it down, you've maybe thought another funny thing, or two more funny things. So you got two or three, and then you think, okay, well, I can make a full video of this. So what I put at the start, what I put at the end. Just think about stuff in your own life that you do, or that you think's interesting, and write it down. You'll come up with something, and then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you make it or how well you make it. It doesn't really matter, because you made it. And the more you make stuff, the more confident you'll be, and the better the stuff will be. So don't worry if your ideas don't seem like they're incredibly high concept or incredible, because it's the content that you put into it, the personality you put into it, is what sells it. It's not how good the idea is, it's how well you do the good idea. You know what I mean? And I felt so crap because I wasn't making anything, but also I couldn't think anything. Like, as much as I tried, I was trying to come up with new ideas, things like that, but it just wasn't happening. And even like all the stuff I tried to do, usually like go for a walk or do things like that, or nothing was happening. My brain was just blank, and it was just so annoyed, and it was really getting to me all the time. Really, like, just angry at myself. So if you search for BBC Social, just on Google, it'll take you to the page. There'll be a contributors page, and you'll find my name, and they're all my actual videos. You can see them all here. I've got a filmmakers page on Facebook.
Mhm.
I think you just search Danny Flynn Big D filmmaker, and I'll come up there. I got my YouTube channel, which is the same. You could follow me on Twitter, which is just at dflynn94.